Hello viewers, Elements 118. It's time for another one of those World of Tanks specials, the 6 replay videos. In the first replay that I've got for you, you're watching myself drive the Su-152, one of the Tier 7 Soviet tank destroyers. And it's a very good tank destroyer. It's not, of course, the first time that I've shown you this vehicle. It was in a video all on its own a while back. I think that got a lot of views actually, because it uses this 152mm gun. That's what I really love about this vehicle. It fires high explosive anti-tank shells that have 250mm of penetration, which at tier 7, even for a tank destroyer, is pretty good. And they do 750 average damage. And if you're firing high explosive and you penetrate, you do 910 average damage. Yeah, it's difficult to see why someone would hate to use this vehicle. It does, of course, have a long reload time, horrible inaccuracy. Horrible aiming time as well. But if you set all those things aside and just go by damage and penetration, you're going to get very far with this vehicle. So far nothing's really happened. I'm platooned, by the way, with Stiggy. You can see him next to me. He's also in the Su-152 with the same gun. And off in the distance to the left there, in the town, you can see Dead Man driving his Jagdtiger 8.8. We're not going to see much of Dead Man though. We'll see more of Stiggy later. I'm going to push up to the centre of the map here on Lakeville, because the VK3002M that came up here died, and so there's no longer spotting anything. Although there doesn't seem to be anything over there. And unfortunately, you can see just there that the western side of the map is about to get overrun by a fair number of enemy vehicles. I think there's 5 of them coming over. So I noticed this problem, and I sent a message to Stiggy to advise him to come back as well. We've now lost our last tank in the west. Well, when I say tank, it was an FV304. There was no way that that was going to hold itself against all those enemy vehicles. And that M40, M43 has also now gone. So, we've got me, Stiggy, and there's a Stura Emil back there. There's also an Su-100 to the left of us. I don't think he's quite realised what's about to happen. No, he's going to attack instead. IS-4, 3, not IS-4, IS-6 there, and yeah, not that reliable penetration with high explosive anti-tank on that guy. So I switched to the high explosive, which is possibly a good idea since that CDC is there. Stiggy takes out the IS-6. I put a fair shot into the CDC, although it didn't actually penetrate, which was a bit annoying. He had the front of his tank arm angled, so no penetration. And then the next high explosive shell misses completely. I'm now on a one-shot kill. And that is the shot that would have killed me. But it didn't. So I'll punish the CDC for that, put a high explosive shell into him, and reload the high explosive anti-tank for the others that are capturing. They're now 75% captured. something has definitely got to be done, and fast. So I pull around and I get a hell of a lucky shot on that OI. Low damage roll, only 591 damage, but even on a low damage roll this gun will do a lot of damage. Pull around again, this time go for the Tiger. He had most of the capture points, also a more reliable penetration, and he was a one-shot kill. Unfortunately, Stiggy has just bitten the dust. And boy am I lucky to have that CDC come back. Distract those two heavy tanks so that I can go in, aim at the IS-3, lower Glacis. There we go. And the CDC taking out the OI. So, all good. The only thing that's left on the enemy team now is artillery, lowering 155-51. That was quite tense, I will be honest. I didn't expect some of those shots to do what they did. But it's a good job that they did, because otherwise we would have lost a lot earlier due to the enemy capping. There goes the enemy artillery, and we've won this game. So, ace tanker, obviously, fire for effect, and defender, perhaps unsurprisingly. Managed to do 2,408 damage, 3 kills, 1,141 base experience earned, with premium account and ×3 for first victory of the day bonus, 5,136 experience, 258 free experience, and 9,869 credits profit, despite the fact that most of the shells fired were high explosive anti-tank shells. It seems really that with the SU-152, because you're not firing that many shells to do a lot of damage, it doesn't cost as much as you would expect to resupply the ammunition. As long as you don't miss too many shots, you know, because then you will definitely lose money in this thing. Well, that was a sort of a warm-up replay. We've got plenty more coming that's better than what I can achieve. Now, you may remember in the last special that the majority of the replays were from BICAKCYC, a friend of Goldrings and Stiggy. In fact, in the same clan as Goldrings. And this special is going to be mostly tailored towards Stiggy, because the only other replays I've got, other than that SU-152 replay that you've just seen, are from Stiggy. I've got 3 of them. And that means, of course, that there will be 2 replays at the end that I've found from worldtanksreplays.com. They do look very good indeed. I am looking forward to watching those, as I'm sure you are. But for now, we're going to watch a game that Stiggy had with me. You can see up there that I'm driving the MX-5120, and Stiggy here is driving the T-54. One of the Tier 9 Soviet medium tanks. If I'm honest, the T-54 is a vehicle that I wouldn't mind having. It looks pretty good for a Soviet medium. You know, well-rounded is how I would determine most of the Soviet medium tanks. T-20 up there, AMX-12T. I have no idea how the hell he bounced off that T-20, but oh well, a bounce is a bounce. All kinds of enemy tanks spotted, although we do seem to have control of this area of the map, this hill. Nice shot on the move into the rear of the T-20. T-20 can't really do anything. Another shot goes in. One more shot. Can we get him? Yep, there we go. Lovely kill. Now then, 112. No. Front of the turret. Not going to penetrate. Turret cupola, however, definitely. There's his second kill. Actually drives down now to engage all these heavy tanks down here. Aims for the lower glacis of the Lerva. Gets a penetration. Looks for the tracks on the Lerva. Finds them. Good thing too, since artillery did a big shot into him, allowing Stiggy to finish him off. And then take out the AMX-12T. No idea what the AMX-12T was doing down here all this time. Bounce off the IS-3 side armour. Well sloped it was. Oh yes. Nice shot on the IS-3. Didn't think that would penetrate. Shot into lower glacis of the E-75 there. Front of the turret of the E-75 is surprisingly weak. Well, it's not necessarily weak, it's just not sloped. Finds another one on the other E-75. It's just the two of them left now. That shot missed, unfortunately. E-75 gets his tracks blown off, which makes it easier for Stiggy to aim. Gets another shot in, but does take quite a few hits there. So the tracks get back up. He puts one more shot in, and then pulls back again. He is not done though. He wants some more of these heavy tanks. I don't know where that shot went, but it didn't go into an E-75, that's for sure. There we go. That's better. Of course, Stiggy can't afford to take another shot. I think he's waiting to see the E-75's fire, or otherwise distracted, like there. Took the opportunity and killed one of the E-75s. Now the Object 704, behind, takes out the other one. Good little engagement there. I apologise, by the way, for the level of incompetence in chat this game. This it was one of those games that, well, I mean, like that IS down there. Die all Turks. For some reason there was a lot of remarks towards Turkish people in this game. I have no idea why. That's the European server chat for you. SP1C there, lovely shot in. I actually was the one who took him out. GW Tiger P, he's fallen back. He's not going to get the next shot off. He's going to get killed by the IS-3. But still, really, really good game. Let's see how we did. Ace Tanker, Bruiser, Fighter, Fire for Effect, High Caliber. Managed to do 5,589 damage. 5 kills, 1,415 base experience. With premium account and ×3 for first 50 of the day bonus, 6,369 experience, 315 free experience, and unfortunately minus 4,139 credits after that. He did fire quite a lot of high explosive anti-tank shells. You can see that he had to spend about 73,500 credits resupplying his ammunition. It's also worth noting, by the way, that he did 1,136 assistance damage. Particularly useful when he blew the tracks off that Lerva and allowed artillery to get a good shot in. That was a good play by Stiggy. But that's not all from Stiggy. He did send us more, so let's have a look at the next replay he sent. One thing that I would like to mention at this point is that I wanted to improve the quality of my videos by increasing the frame rate, which I have achieved from this video onwards. I wanted to achieve 60 frames per second. Unfortunately, that wasn't possible for whatever reason, I don't know. Before, it was hanging around at about 20 frames per second. Now I seem to get constantly about 29 frames per second, which is much better. You see, 20 frames per second is slower than the human eye can distinguish. But 29, or let's say 30 frames per second, is slightly more, which means that there shouldn't be a great deal of difference between this and if it was a 60 frames per second anyway. Let me know what you think in the comments, if you think that the video quality has improved. Meanwhile, the next replay that Stiggy sent us involves him driving the IS-7. All alone, not platooned with anyone this time, and we're on Westfield. Conqueror spotted, and that was a rushed shot. Hit the ground in front, but didn't receive any damage, so no harm done. Conqueror's fired, pulls forward, makes sure that that shot goes in, also blows his tracks off, which is quite handy. I can't find another shot though. Oh, side of a Jagdpanzer 100, yes please. Any opportunities to shoot at the side of that thing will be greatly appreciated. Turns his attention to the other side because there's an FV4005. And gets a good shot in, leaving him on a one-shot kill. Although the FV4005 now knows where Stiggy is and that he is potentially a threat to him, so he turns around. E100 foolishly exposes his tracks, although he does get them repaired straight away. Stiggy almost instantly getting the fire extinguisher up after the shot from the E100. Conqueror comes around now. That was a bounce, I think, off the side of the turret. Good shot on the Conqueror there. It's only going to take one more shot to get rid of the Conqueror, although it's going to take 2 shots to get rid of the E100. Yeah, now you see, the turret cheeks is where you really want to be shooting the E100, from the front. But only if you're firing premium ammunition in a heavy tank. You can manage it with ordinary ammunition in a tank destroyer at tier 10, but not really a heavy tank. Drives forward, kills the Conqueror, and now drives around, flanks the IS-7. He wasn't going to avoid taking one shot there. Puts a shot in. Jagdpanzer 100 puts a lovely high damage shot in, and E100 finishes him off. So, things are looking pretty good right now. There's a Waffenträger E100 down there, which is a bit of a shell magnet really. Stiggy couldn't resist stopping to take a shot. And obviously it penetrated. Into the lower glacis of the mouse. Don't let him ram you. It's alright, he wasn't travelling very fast anyway. Mouse is on fire. He's never going to survive. Stiggy takes the killing shot. Now, M103 is engaging this Jagdpanzer 100 over here. Lovely shot. He's turning his gun around this way. Puts a shot in, but he's not going to get another shot. Yeah, Panzer E100, proving his worth there. So, this side of the map is pretty secure, I would say. All the enemy team have got left are an E50M, Rheinmetall Baltic Waffenträger and AMX 1390. Now they're being capped, that will definitely be the AMX 1390. E50M is now gone, there's the Baltic. It's just a matter of time. Jab Panzer 100 takes down the AMX. How the hell did he get in there? Well, one thing is certain. Stiggy hasn't got the gun depression to hit this guy. Oh, he does now. Oh, that was a lovely high explosive shell actually. Good choice of ammunition, although it didn't quite kill him, so he didn't get the kill on that guy. Still, brilliant ace tanker game there. Spotter, bruiser, fire for effect, Confederate, and high caliber. He did 6,466 damage, 2 kills, 1,191 base experience earned, with premium account 1,787 experience. I don't know why it says 1,786 there and 1,787 there. Still, if you get an extra experience and an extra free experience, I'm sure you're not going to complain. 52,816 credits profit. Bit surprising, really. Then again, he didn't fire any premium ammunition, so he didn't have to pay huge amounts for resupplying that. 1,616 assistance damage, also worth mentioning. I'll be damned if I can do that well in my IS-7. Oh well, you know that Stiggy is a better player than I am. But again, that's not all that we've got from Stiggy. There's still one more of his replays to show, and it's coming up right about now. To be honest, something that I'm finding slightly annoying while doing this particular recordings for this special is that XVM doesn't seem to want to work right now. I've no idea why. I have got it enabled, just won't show it. Still, that's not the important thing. Right now, Stiggy is driving his T-57 heavy tank. It's one of the Tier 10 American heavy tanks, the one with the automatic gun. Similar to the AMX-50B in most aspects. It's nowhere near as fast, but it does have a bit more armour and can encourage more bounces here and there. He's platooned with gold rings in the Object 140 and presumably a friend of theirs, Plop 3 in the AMX 1390. You can see him there. And there's gold rings. The map is mines and it's an encounter battle, not a standard. Shot into the IS-8, turns attention to the MX 1375, kills him with another shot. He's got one more left, goes for the reload, doesn't take any chances with that T-62. Did not want to take any damage there. Although he's now retreated a bit, so he considers that it's safe to drive up onto the hill, and it looks like he's got away with it, which is nice. Right. What next? Well, there's quite a few enemy vehicles over here. Goldrings is trying to engage them. Gets a shot on that E75 and not quite sure why they made that RU-251 go over the edge. Bit cruel really, but in random battles it is literally every player for themselves, or at least every platoon for themselves. The RU-251 did survive after all. Managed to get out of there with most of his health intact, actually. So good for him. Still reloading, although it's going to be finished right about now. Shot into the E75, second shot into the E75 kills him. Shot doesn't go into the E100, and his last shot just immobilises him. RU-251 decides to go down of his own accord this time. Fair enough. Come on, come on, gun depression. There we go. Side of the E100 turret. Twice. T-62A as we're coming down. Kills the E100 with his final shot. Now reloading. He's got to rely on his allies to get that T-62. And there we go. He's gone. Lovely. What's next? IS-3 over there. Don't think we're interested in him though. Takes out that IS-8. Shot into the ISU. Bounces off the ISU. Oh dear. Leopard prototype. Yep, the last shot goes into him. Goldring's pushing up. Plop is dead, by the way. I don't know when he died, but we're not going to see any more of him. There's that IS-3. Goldrings is engaging him. Goes after the Leopard prototype, though. It's a very light tank, so he goes for a ram. Bounces off the front of the turret with the first shot, but the subsequent 3 shots do go in. Has to switch to high explosive anti-tank now because he's only got 1 round of armor piercing left. And it takes just as long to load 1 shell in the clip as it does 4. Since he's got high explosive anti-tank loaded, he can aim for the front of the superstructure on that Jagdpanzer 100. Goes for a reload after those 2 shots, though. There's nothing else around. Artillery's way back, and that artillery's got problems. T-49 there, trying to make an escape. Gets slowed. Here comes Goldrings. And Stiggy gets the kill. Bit of a team damage from Goldrings there, but only, you know, sort of friendly annoyance, if you can call it that. Switches back to the armor piercing, since he will definitely not need the high explosive anti-tank for the Conqueror gun carriage, who is still alive. Come on. There we go. He's gone. Oh, terrific. That game gave Stiggy Ace Tanker, Bruiser, Duelist, Fire for Effect, High Caliber and Top Gun. He did 7,098 damage, as you may have seen from the XVM hit recorder. 7 kills, 1,282 base experience with premium account. First week to the day bonus and one thing and another. 5,769 experience in total, 288 free experience and 38,708 credits profit, despite firing, I think it was 3 high explosive anti-tank shells there. Well, That's all that we've got from Stiggy, but there's still space for 2 more replays in this special. So we're going to now move on to the ones that I've found on worldtanksreplays.com. I hope you enjoy watching them. Right, for the first video of the first replay of the 2 replays not from any of my friends, we are watching OperationTorched. That's the name of the player, by the way, not the name of any kind of battle or anything. He's driving the T-29 TS-7 American heavy tank on mines. Malinovka, not mines. I do apologise. Lovely 3 marks of excellence on the barrel. Confirms that this is going to be a good replay. Of course, I've not actually seen it being played. That's not what I do. The only replays that I've seen being played are the ones from myself, since I had to play them in order to get the replay in the first place. Any replays that get sent by other people, I don't view them until I do the recording. The reason for doing that is that it makes it all the more exciting when good things happen. Now, as in a tier 9 game, it's not ideal matchmaking for a T-29. In fact, it's the worst matchmaking you can get in a T-29. So he's probably not expecting to do the best out of everyone on his team. However, you know, it can happen. T-49 driving out there does manage to get a shot off in the end into his turret. Good stuff. Pulls forward again. He's hiding behind the windmill. Can't see him. Takes a shot at the little house there in an attempt to try and destroy some of their cover. Finds the gap in between the buildings. Finds the side of the E50. Lovely. T-49 pops out just at the moment when OperationTorched reloaded, which was not good news for the T-49. E50 is on a one-shot kill. He's not anymore. Tiger P and T-34 still up here. Bounces a shot from the T-34. Again, shoots at the building. Although, yeah, what's he going to do? He was a bit indecisive of what he was going to do there. Oh, an IS-6 has just appeared on the scene. Gets a good shot in the T-34. Pulls back. Tiger P comes around, although can't see any of him right now. Pulls forward again. Another good shot with the T-34. It didn't work that time though. Shot went into the ground. T-34 looks for a shot, but doesn't manage to get one. Exchange of shots there. Immediately pulls the camera around to see where the T-34 penetrated. Another one in. T-34 on a one-shot kill. Takes his tracks off, but the T-34 is just fired. He's got this guy. Come on. Yes, there we go. Enemy T-29 has appeared, and he missed. So, you know, good thing. I thought he was going to go for the cupola there, but turns out he didn't. Perhaps a bit too risky. Tiger 2 down there has gone. Received a hit there from Leopard Prototype all the way. IS-6, bounce off the IS-6. Not very easy to penetrate an IS-6 with the T-29. I do hate battling against the Soviet heavies, if I'm honest. They've got all that spaced armour on the side that you just don't expect. And you just don't get on other heavy tanks from other nations. Now then, he's down to 67 health, and the next shot that he puts into the IS-6 didn't go through either. T-54 lightweight fires, and it would have hit if the T-54 lightweight hadn't have backed off, which is a bit annoying. Looks for a shot in the Waffenträger Panzer IV, but I don't think that hit. Bit difficult to tell since he went off the radar. This T-34 could really do with some help right now. Although, can't afford to take another shot. Aims for the cupola. Unfortunately doesn't get the penetration. T-34 penetrates. And so does OperationTorched. One more shot is all that's needed. Aims for the cupola again. This time he gets it and takes the enemy T-29 out of the game. However, the T-34, rather foolishly, doesn't move and gets killed by that Leopard prototype down there. So, OperationTorched, looking for a shot on the Leopard prototype. He didn't manage to get a shot. Oh, it might do now though. Yep, good aiming there. You can see this Leopard prototype is going for these tanks over here because they're one-shot kills each. That shot missed, unfortunately, but the Conqueror did get a shot into the Leopard prototype before he gets killed, which is going to be handy. And he just missed. You can see a shot landed on the ground down there. Now behind the wreck of this T-34, so he's got some cover. Spots that Leopard prototype again. It doesn't look like he wants to come up here, weirdly. Well, as long as he uses his turret effectively, he can get through this. And there's the T-54 lightweight. Shot goes in, bounces a shot. He's going to have to bounce another one. Or maybe not. Come on. Let's get him. Yes. Lovely aiming underneath the wreck of the T-34. Leopard prototype takes a chance and aims for the cupola and doesn't get it. He should have just driven over and fired at the hull. Unfortunately, that was a bounce off of the gun mantlet, I think, of the Leopard prototype. And now, OperationTorched is all on his own. In a tier 7 heavy tank, in a tier 9 game against 5 enemy vehicles. And none of those are tier 7. That shot on the Leopard prototype does penetrate. Now the Leopard prototype is coming over. Good. Unfortunately, too late. I reckon another half a second and that Leopard prototype would have won the game for the enemy team. But it didn't happen. And now, OperationTorched is up against 4, and he's just been informed by a member of the enemy team that the MX-5100 is AFK, so he probably doesn't have to worry about him. Spots the Waffenträger Panzer IV coming up onto the hill and puts a shot in and denying a return shot. Gets another one. I can't see the Waffenträger anymore. Oh, there he is. Oh, that was a lucky absorption of a shot, that was. Yeah, another shot goes in. Ah, lovely. Waffenträger Panzer IV is gone. The Tiger 2 on enemy team says, I can't believe this. And to a certain extent, I can't either. I'm not saying that this is particularly impressive play from OperationTorched here. Then again, it's not certainly not bad play, but it's more the fact that it's quite bad play from the enemy team. What the hell is taking them so long? I mean, we know the MX-5100 is AFK. The T-28 prototype is a slow vehicle. Where's the Rahmentalborsig Waffenträger? Surely he should have arrived by now. Well, he hasn't. But OperationTorched doesn't really have any options. All he can do is stay up here. Because while he's up here, there's a lot of tank wrecks that he can use as cover. There's also some concealment if he needs it. Driving off of the hill will expose him out into the open, which would be virtually suicide against hidden tier 8 tank destroyers. Drives forward up to the wreck of the Waffenträger Panzer IV, which is the last place he can drive up to safely, really. Of course, he's got sixth sense, so he will know when he's been spotted, if he gets spotted. And there we are, he's just been spotted. And there's the MX-5100. We were told that he was AFK. Weirdly, that is where he's AFK. He's been there all that time. Leopard T-28 prototype. Yep, lovely hit. Switches to high explosive. Good decision. Only 4 health left on that T-28 prototype. He doesn't have to worry about getting a penetration to kill him. And there we go. He's gone. And the Rahmentalborsig Waffenträger has just arrived. And he's on a one-shot kill, which is lovely news. He's gone. It's just the MX-5100 left. And assuming the enemy intelligence is correct, he is AFK. He's pointing his gun at the rock. It doesn't look like he's doing anything about it. And there we go. Game 1. Well, what a match. If you can say it like that. Ace Tanker Badge, Bruiser, Duelist, Fire for Effect, Shellproof, Kolobanov's Medal, very rare, Paul's Medal, very impressive again. High caliber, Spartan, Top Gun, yeah, whatever. You know, when you've got epic medals like Kolobanovs and Pools, getting these threes, you know, you don't really care about them that much. Compared to these are, you know, very common. It's these that are the impressive things. 7,148 damage done in a tier 7 heavy tank. To put that into perspective, Stiggy in his IS-7 didn't achieve that. 10 kills, 2,728 base experience, with premium account, 12,276 experience, 204 free experience, and 57,286 credits profit. So, one more replay left to show you, and then that'll be it. I hope you enjoy the next replay, because I'm looking forward to it. In order to find that T29 replay, what I had to do was I had to go into worldtanksreplays.com, and I sorted all of the uploaded 9.10 replays by base experience earned. And that T29 replay that you just watched was the highest base experience that has been uploaded to worldtanksreplays.com in 9.10 in a random battle. There were, of course, Rampage mode games that were better in terms of base experience earned, but we're not interested in those, we're just interested in good old random battles. Similarly, to find this one that you're watching here, I sorted them by credits earned. This is the random battle in 9.10 uploaded to worldtanksreplays.com with the highest credits earned. Unsurprisingly, it's in a T-26E4 Super Pershing, which is a Tier 8 Premium American medium tank. And it's being driven here by BICAKCYC. I have no idea how you're supposed to say his name, so I'm not going to refer to him by his name. Anyway, we're on Mountain Pass, and he's virtually the only tank, other than that T-37, to come down this side of the map. Not a good start. The T-37 is getting engaged by a Panther up there. I don't think he really knows what to do here. Eventually decides to drive down, back the T-37 up anyway, since nothing else seems to be on this side of the map on the enemy team. It's a Tier 8 game, by the way, so nothing too challenging is going to portray itself on the enemy team. Where is that Panther? In fact, where's the enemy team? Only 3 of them have been spotted on the whole map. Well, tell you what, let's find out where they are. Oh, well, there's the Panther. T-37 drives forward, spots him again. Super Pershing really is a slow medium tank. It's not a typical medium tank, it's sort of a heavy medium. At Tier 8 at least, it's got the kind of armour that seems as if it's a sort of heavy tank type armour. Puts a shot into the Panther, comes around the corner, and there's a whole bunch of enemy tank destroyers. Up there, Jagdpanther 2 and der Amtelborsig Waffenträger. Bounces off the Jagdpanther 2. T-37 is gone, by the way, it's just him here now. Tries to look for the Borsig, can't see him. Can't really see the Jagdpanther 2 either. Not received any damage though, which is good. Does spot there's an Su-152 coming up behind him though, so backs off, turns around, You don't want to get hit in the back by an SU-152, especially if he's using the 152mm. No, he isn't. He's using a 122mm. So he misses, which is nice. That's 2 shots into him now. Come on. Absorbs the next shot. Leaves him on 1 health. Rotten bit of luck. But it doesn't take long to reload and get the kill. AMX CDC pops around and misses, and now he's gone. Brilliant. That little engagement was won then. Oh, SU-100M1 misses. What is it with this enemy team and missing with their shots? There's the Panther. I think he actually hit the wreck of the T-37 there, so it didn't do any damage. SU-100M1 comes around again, puts a lovely shot into him. And he misses again, perhaps unsurprisingly. Missed the shot on the Panther, but he missed as well. Scores are even right now, 5 each. Gets a shot into the Panther that time, and don't know what that Panther was aiming at, but seemed as if he was aiming for a mountain for, for what it seemed. Tries to find the Panther, but can't. Hiding pretty well behind that T-37 wreck, although you can just see him now. There we go. Still received no damage. SU-100M1. I don't know quite where the Jagdpanther 2's got to, but the Ramatorborsic Waffenträger has been spotted in another part of the map now, so he knows he's not going to come up against him. Ooh, 5916 there, who decides he was going to stop. Bad move by the 5916. He should have kept driving. Receives his first point of damage from that Panther, and so punishes him for that. Another shot into the 5916 blows his tracks off. Takes out the Panther, turns his attention back to the other two now. Gets his commander knocked out, but manages to take out the 5916 anyway. Gets his commander back in action. Tracks have been blown off. Couldn't matter less, really. STA-1 has now joined him. And there we go. SU-100M1 taken out. And so you see, 1 versus 3 is, providing the enemy team go about doing it in a useless way, can work for you if you're in a Super Pershing. The Jagdpanther 2 is still up there, and he's just taken out the STA-1. Advancing now, the friendly base is in trouble, but he's never going to get back there in time to defend. He's got to attack. And now he's on his own, against 6. Quite a lot of moaning going on in chat, but then again, you should probably expect that. That's what happens in random battles in World of Tanks, particularly on the European server. Enemy have started capping, but we've spotted the GW Panther and taken his tracks off. He fires and we don't even hear the shell land anywhere. Finds Lower Glacis the Jagdpanther 2. Not received any damage from this guy yet. Another shot in. Wiggles the tank about a bit. Looks like it worked since the Jagdpanther 2 only went into the tracks. bouncing all of the return fire from this Yak Panther 2. Absolutely amazing. One more shot is all it's going to take. Again, absorbing the shot with the tracks. And there we go, Yak Panther 2 down. Now, I've seen the battle results screen for this game, and the enemy team is still capping. And that doesn't fit with the results screen, so I know that, yeah, there we go, the cap has stopped. That's the worst decision the enemy team is going to make, I suspect. Oh, there's the Yak target 8.8. And there goes the Yak target 8.8. Actually received some damage from him, but it's not going to matter. He's gone now. It's now 1 versus 3. He decides he's going to drive up this hill, however long it's going to take him, of course. Very slow tank. Driving uphill is even slower than driving on level ground. Come on. Tiger 2 down there, and he's on full health. Well, yeah, could really have done with that penetration, but so could the Tiger 2. There we go, we've blown his tracks off. Good stuff. Aiming to keep the tracks blown off, and therefore keep him pinned down in that position. Goes for the rear that time. It doesn't matter which end you go for. Tiger 2 is having absolutely no luck whatsoever penetrating the front of this Super Pershing. Tracks absorb the shot again. This is just a phenomenal example of how the armour of the Super Pershing can hold out in a Tier 8 game. Tiger 2's down. Of course, when you're not in a Tier 8 game, you can't rely on your armour anywhere near as much. And of course, if the enemies are, let's say, more intelligent than they are in this battle, then they will know how to hit and penetrate you, and therefore kill you. Whereas these players don't seem to know. Well, we have spotted the Rahmetallborsig Waffenträger, so he's loaded high explosive in order to cause more damage. Drives forward again. It appears that he is AFK, which is phenomenal. Good bit of luck there. Now it's just a WZ-111 to deal with. But first, we've got to find him. Or he's got to find us. I say us. Find the Super Pershing. And there's only 3 minutes of the game left. It's got to happen sometime soon. AC-15A suggests starting the cap, but well, yeah, it's probably worth going back to the cap now and seeing if we can win that way. Oh, there he is. There's the WZ-111. He's now up on top there. Come on. Yep. Lovely shot. High explosive anti-tank shell penetrated there. No. No good, that shot. Low glacis. There we go. Angles the armour. Ooh. I think the spaced armour meant the ricochet of that high explosive anti-tank shell. Another shot in. He's only got 3 rounds of arm-piercing left. He's got to get all these shots in. And that one didn't. That's not good. Well, he might, if he gets a high damage roll, kill him with this armor-piercing shell. Come on. Nope, 59 health left. He's down to his 4 high explosive shells. But one was enough to kill that WZ-111. Which was good. And well. Ace Tanker, Hand of God, Bruiser, Duelist, Fire for Effect, Shellproof. Again, Pools Medal and Coal Arms Medal, very rare. And makes all these other ones irrelevant, really. Cool-headed, Steel Wall. You don't say Steel Wall. High Caliber, Top Gun. 8,026 damage done. Which, in a Tier 8 medium tank, is just phenomenal. Just like the 7,000 or so that was done in the last battle in the T-29. Absolutely amazing. 10 kills, 2,307 base experience earned. With premium account and bonus for vehicle tier, 3,807 experience, 173 free experience, and yes, there we go. 173,085 credits profit. The actual received credits up here is almost 218,000. That is the value that would have been taken into account when it would have been listed on WorldTanksReplays.com. And let's not forget the damage blocked by armour, exceeding 6,000. Enough to kill 2 mouse Tier 10 heavy tanks. What a game, and indeed, what a special. I hope you enjoyed watching all of these replays, and as always, viewers, good luck on that battlefield, and I will see you next time.